Caleb and Sammy, I had a distressing dream last night.
Did a goat come out of your urethra?
Not this time.
Ghost
no.
come out of your goat's urethra?
Not this time, no. So, I have no possible context for this. This is one of those like brain hallucinated very strongly dreams. I was in a like science lab and I wanted a tattoo. And this person's like, yeah, I'm a great tattoo artist. I'll give you the tattoo. And they didn't draw it out. They just started on my skin. And they're going. And I see these lines forming. I'm like, okay, interesting. And then I see these sharper lines going above it. And I start to see what they're tattooing on me is Noah's Ark, like from the Bible.
Okay.
Full of Among Us characters. And in my dream, I had enough time to be like, this is on me forever. And then I woke up.
Do you want me to do some dream interpretation?
Yes, please. I need to know.
So, okay, let me actually look up. I used to have a dream interpretation like dictionary. Dreaming of a boat means that it's similar to like our plane. There's some sort of like internal journey that is going on. So I think the fact that you dreamed of a boat being permanently put on your body means that some part of your subconscious feels that you are permanently stuck on this internal journey and you are not able to escape. But Among Us, that's important because what's the one thing that people remember about Among Us? It's
venting.
Sus. Venting.
Imposter.
And sus. Suspicious. You are suspicious of your own subconscious for believing that you are forever trapped on an internal journey.
So my subconscious is suspicious of my subconscious for thinking that I'm on a forever mental journey.
Listeners, what we've learned about this is that Cordell's just a sub.
I think what we really learned is Cordell is really excited about the Among Us TV show coming out.
Wait, what?
They're making an Among Us TV show.
Yeah.
Oh.
And welcome to Jughouse.
It's a psychobilly freakout.
Hi everyone, I'm Cordell, the one with strange dreams and a permanently traveling subconscious.
We haven't
I'm Samantha, the one who let everyone know that Among Us show. Let me look more into it.
Obviously, I'm Caleb Burley, and I'm the one that can interpret all your dreams. So from now on, listeners, if you have a weird dream, email us, and I will tell you what it means live on air.
Actually, yes.
I would love a dream segment.
Can I throw another one at you just to test your prowess?
Yeah.
Because this was in the same night of dreaming. This was also last night.
Real quick, though. I just need to say that did you guys ever watch Infinity Train?
Yeah. Good show.
Yeah.
The dude that made Infinity Train is producing the Among Us show. So
okay.
Hopefully that means it's pretty good. It's animated too, so that's gonna be. Yeah. It's a cartoon.
I had a hope that the Among Us show would be grown adults in the armless costumes that are like inflated, and it's just them running around doing things.
What? So, okay, obviously we, so far, have not been successful in voicing Wogglebug characters, but I think we have a chance here to audition as voices on the Among Us TV show. Now, I don't think we can play any of the like actual Among Us people, but I think we have a chance right now on this show to audition for some of the sound effects of the show.
Ooh.
Because let's face it, Red, that's going to be Matt Mercer. That's going to be some big name.
Some big sexy.
Blue guy, that blue guy's probably going to be Jason Momoa. It's going to be someone recognizable to bring people in. And maybe they get killed the
Already
first
know.
episode. So they have to, like,
Yeah.
they don't have to worry about, like, keeping them around.
Green is Charlize Theron, but like never speaking until the end, and you're like, "Whoa,
That was
she
Charlize
in
Theron the
this?
whole time? Yeah,
She was
that's
in
brilliant.
this?
That's
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah,
And then Lime is just Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he talks all the time.
All the time.
So, with that said, this is my audition to play the buzzer that is hit
The emergency
sometimes in
buzzer.
the show. The emergency. This is my audition to play the emergency buzzer. Okay. Emergency. That's my audition. Feel free to just cut that little MP3 segment, slap it on in the show, and send me $20 loose cash in the mail.
Caleb, when did you play Among Us last?
Probably 2020, honestly.
Okay.
When everyone else was playing it. Because here is what I remember of Among Us legitimately is someone is sus.
Someone's sus.
There's
We
a
love
red
the sus.
one. And there's
Yeah.
more than one map. And I didn't like it when we played on a map that I didn't remember.
Well, what I remember about Among Us from 2020 is that every time I tried to play, I'd go to be about my business, and someone would like immediately hit the red buzzer every single time. Just constantly like, nope, stop. We got an emergency. Come talk. And I'm like, I just want to do my job.
I was just trying to reconnect the wires. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What was your other dream though?
Yeah.
Enough Among Us. Oh, my sound would be like getting stabbed in the back.
That's really good. That was a really good one.
So this other dream is a little bit PG-13.
Okay.
So in the dream, my wife and I were going to get a little bit frisky. And before we could really get frisky, she pulls out a tube of toothpaste and is like, I wanted to do toothpaste play. And starts like unloading the tube on my thighs. And then I woke up. And I was really baffled by this. And I want to know what it means.
Caleb, what does it mean?
What does it
I'm
mean?
going to.
What does toothpaste mean in dreams?
Yeah, do they have that in the dream website?
I'm looking up toothpaste.
And thighs?
There. I'm looking up wife.
You gotta know that they have some page on like, when you get sexy in a dream, it means you're horny. Like they've got a page for that. I know they do.
Okay.
My wife.
There you go. Here's one. Here's the article I found that I'm gonna okay. According to wait, okay.
This is some
okay.
thrilling audio.
Oh, whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa. Whoa, there's a lot of stuff in this. Oh my gosh.
This would be like if we decided to stream a movie on the podcast and just recorded our words.
After
like,
reading
oh,
this
wow.
article, one possible interpretation is that the sexual dream is because you do have the desire to have sex with your wife, but possibly the fact that it didn't happen the way you were expecting or the way you wanted is that you may feel that occasionally stress or life events get in the way of that actually happening as frequently as you desire.
I can't believe you want to have sex with your wife, Cordell. Disgusting.
Everyone roast this man in the emails. He wants to have sex with his wife. Roast this man.
That he loves like so much. That's crazy.
Maybe he's into toothpaste a little bit.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything
your coming
about
out?
dreaming about toothpaste.
Well,
That just means you're a sexual deviant freak.
yeah.
Like,
In
Yeah,
reality,
sorry.
though, I did buy toothpaste a couple days back, and it
Mhm.
was not the flavor I thought it would be. So that might be about as deep as that goes. Is that my
Honestly.
mind is still processing? I have 3 tubes of a different flavor of
wait,
toothpaste now.
Oh,
what if it's just that, and
that's
it's
too
just
much.
the fact that it was a different thing than you expected? So when you were in your dream, about to get frisky with your wife, then it was something you didn't expect, and your brain brought it back to the toothpaste because that was the latest example.
Yeah. Or I'm sexually
That's pretty
attracted to
accurate.
toothpaste. It's got to be one of the two.
You know,
Or all of the above.
either
All
way,
of the above, baby.
either way's fair. Either way's fair.
Yeah. What I love about these dream interpretations
Mhm.
is it's the same with astrology and fortune telling, is it's all just generic enough to feel profound. Of like, oh, you imagined a boat. You must feel that you are on an inner journey. Aren't we all? Isn't everybody?
No, I'm not.
Caleb's
Everyone
reached the
but
inner
Caleb.
destination.
I've reached enlightenment. I've done it.
Caleb, what's that like? What is enlightenment like?
Yeah, it's really bright.
It's not here's the thing. Enlightenment is not a constant state. Like, you don't reach enlightenment and then stay there. You have moments of it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that was a boring answer.
You wanna know what the real answer is? You do shrooms and wander around in the woods, and then your friends leave you behind because you're tired and sit down on a rock, and then your brain starts to interpret that while you're tripping balls, and your brain is like, "Oh, I died and the rest of my friends are still alive, and that's why they went further down the path than I did." And then you hear them having fun and playing in a waterfall that you didn't get to experience because while you were very high on shrooms, you sat down and you're like, "Oh, I am dead." And then you experience ego death and you feel like you are dead for a solid 30 minutes, and then you start bawling your eyes out because you're dead. And then you have this moment of like, wait, why the fuck am I sad that I'm dead? Does that mean that I regret some way that I lived my life? Do I need to change things fundamentally about the way I live my life to make it to where I'm not sad when I die, if I am dead now? And then you stop tripping and you realize that, yes, you were missing some fundamental parts of your life and you changed them drastically. And then a couple years later, you get married.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Can neither confirm nor deny that story is made up.
I have been told that I'm a very creative person and I'm good at making stuff up, so that could all be some BS.
Caleb has done a lot of
You were very
improv.
creative.
I actually did a training with Second City, so that's pretty high up in the improv world.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so that was a really good improv, Caleb. Wink, wink.
I'm great at improv.
Yeah, I mean that feels pretty enlightened. I've never even done shrooms allegedly, so like I wouldn't know.
Yeah. You know what I wish I was watching while I'm on shrooms?
A bad movie.
Because we read reviews and they're really bad, so guess the movie.
Hell yes.
Or a really good movie that people have bad taste about.
Yeah. That's happened a
Which
few times.
I do have 2. I have 2 this time.
Ooh.
I like
to
it
be
when
a
there's
little,
two.
to be a little
I like a
fun.
little double feature.
Little double penetration. Wait.
So we got a 5-star review from Jonathan Ovidio.
Okay.
Oh, I know him.
Some dog ass. Okay,
Is that the review?
Here's another review for the same movie. 5-star review for. Oh, did you have a guess?
I'm gonna guess Underdog, the Disney movie.
I'm gonna guess
Sadly.
Hotel for Dogs.
No, sadly.
Scooby Doo.
The dog.
Beethoven.
The dog part was not a hint.
Oh.
I just kind of want it. I mean, the whole thing as it being a bad.
So it's
movie
just
was
some
kind of a
ass.
hint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
movie?
that's Gulliver's Travels with Jack Black.
That does have ass in it.
It does.
No. I'm
I've
sorry.
revisited that one. Dang it.
I'm not saying that it doesn't have ass in it. I'm just saying it's not the movie that.
Oh, I know
know.
it does.
How about this 5-star review? Same movie from Lucian. Rubbish for many reasons. I can't be bothered to type them at all. Worst superhero film, to be honest. I remember really wanting to watch this when it came out in 2015. I had no idea it was a bad film.
The
The
Superman
Suicide
one.
Squad.
No.
Superman: A New Hope, the one with Henry Cavill that everyone hated.
Incorrect.
Man of
I
Steel?
heard it had a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes back in 2018 or 2019. I finally watched it for the first time and it's just terrible.
Batman
I'll say
v
one of
Superman?
the reasons, it's extremely boring.
Batman v Superman?
No.
Are you sure it's not Suicide Squad?
I'm sure. I'm looking at it right now.
Man, I can't think of a 2015 superhero movie that references Superman or has Superman.
Not Superman. Worst superhero film, to be honest.
Oh, that's where I got Man of Steel.
Last one. Half-star review from Nordic Nerdy. When I asked what my least favorite movie is, it's this one. I always say it is this one. What they did to Doctor Doom is shameful. None of the characters were good. I gotta say, it's fantastic. Say that again. It's fantastic. Yes, it is. Hey guys, I got it. That dialogue makes me want to punch my screen. Yeah, it's the fan-for-stick.
That movie was so exceptionally
It was
bad.
so bad.
I still have not watched it. I refuse to.
Don't. Like you've made it this far.
It was my guilty pleasure for a little bit because it was so bad.
Well, it made me mad because I enjoy Miles Teller as an actor.
He's
does
really
And
good.
the movie was bad.
Here's another half-star review for a different movie. Okay, by Samantha? By me?
Did
By
you write
you?
this?
I did write this. The meme lives on. Other than being a clusterfuck of movie genres and not knowing what it wants to be, this movie is fun. Not in a, man, this was so good. I had so much fun with the action/good characters. It's fun in the what the hell did I just watch? Also, the memes were good.
Suicide
Hotel for Dogs.
Suicide Squad.
No.
Is it superhero?
No.
It
Oh,
Came out in
uh,
2007.
Beethoven.
That was like 1990 something. Cordell, you can't stop. You got to stop thinking about that Saint Bernard.
They made so many movies about him. I can't stop.
The memes live on. 2004 at Shrek 3.
Look,
2007.
2007.
Is it Transformers? Is it a Transformers
Here.
fic?
I'll read you the full review because I left part of it out.
Oh, okay.
The meme lives on. Barry B. Benson is a little bee with a big dream.
The
After
bee
meeting the
movie.
love of his life, a woman named Vanessa, Barry sues the entire human race for taking bees' honey.
The
I've got
Bee
this.
movie.
I've got this. It is Underdog.
It's the Wasp movie. No, so also just to show how funny, obviously it's the bee movie.
Yeah.
Whenever I said other than being, I wrote it like bee. Other than
Oh, that's
being a clusterfuck. I'm so
That's
funny.
funny.
I'm glad that you're partaking in the reviewing now.
Yeah. I mean, this is just, I just looked back through my reviews and this was the only one that was half-star.
If I wrote a half-star review, would you quiz me on it so I could get one right?
Sure. I feel like you've got them right before.
I have. I like being a goober.
Okay, fair.
I feel like
Okay, fair.
here is my idea for a sequel to the Bee movie, because it's been what now 16 years.
It's been long enough. The people have been asking for it.
The people have been asking for it
That's
and
what we're
demanding it.
saying.
And at the end of the movie, if you remember, they do tease the fact that cows are now upset about like milk consumption. And so there's another lawsuit there. Make it like a gritty court drama. And I mean like
Ooh.
gritty as hell. Maybe like halfway through, the cow that's like going on trial to try and make it to where milk consumption and dairy consumption is down goes missing. The beginning of the final act, they find her in a slaughterhouse.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm saying you make it gritty as
Oh my
fuck.
god.
Because guess
Well, let
what?
me-
All those kids that watched that in 2007 are now 16 years older.
Let me tell you something. I think that in the movie, when the cows sue humanity for taking their milk, humanity countersues the cows for public nudity.
Oh.
They're like, hey, yo, you want to
Okay.
act all high and mighty, pretend you got rights? Well, you got to abide by human rules. That means put your tits away. And then all the girl cows have like a feminism movement.
And then there's a free the nipple, but it's just
Yeah.
free the udder.
Free the udder.
Ooh, they might would do some like protests to free dairy cows. But I guess it would kind of still be a kids show, so talking about that might be a little gross. Just with the whole impregnating thing.
Is a little bit gross, but what's more gross than that is for every animal impregnated, there is someone whose job it is to masturbate the male.
Yeah.
That's the real gross job. Why
Yeah.
didn't Dirty Jobs do that one?
Just
didn't
micro
want to.
jerking off a bull.
Yeah, and he like gets really into it.
Oh, no, stop. No, we're not. No, that is as far as we're going. There are very few things on this show where I say, like, we're full stop not approaching any more of it. And this is one of those things that I'm just like, hey, no, Cordell, normally, I'm fine with it. But normally, this isn't normal to talk about Mike Rowe enjoying the masturbation of a cow. Like,
I have a magical ability to find the line and leap over it.
Yeah. Most people enjoy finding the line and approaching the line. Cordell likes finding the line and just like Olympic level, just
Long jump.
pole vaulting over the line and getting as far as he can.
Hey, I want to see Mike Rowe jerk up a bull too, so I don't know.
Yeah, as much as we're like, no,
weird
we've all
one
been
for not wanting to see Mike Rowe jerk off a bull. Am I the weird one
are.
in this?
Is this frog?
At least-
water?
Caleb, this is unreasonable. This is a Frogger water that you don't want to watch Mike Rowe jerk off.
This is not a Frogger water that I don't want to see Mike
it's not.
Rowe.
Let's say it a couple more times.
No.
I can't wait for that cease and
what's gonna
desist
happen.
letter.
My dad loves Dirty Jobs. He still watches reruns of it. I'm gonna have to go to his apartment at one point. I'm gonna sit down on the couch and be like, "Hey, watch this Dirty Jobs clip," and I'm gonna see Mike Rowe's face, and I'm instantly going to just like want to kill myself. Like that's where I'm gonna see Mike Rowe, and I'm gonna be like, "Fuck, this is bad. I hate this."
I'm just saying Dirty Jobs is anti-sex work because they'll put on all kinds of sewage and garbage and all this stuff, but they won't put on just good old-fashioned bull masturbation. I don't get it. Like, come on.
Can I
the
tell you
people know
where
what
I
they
thought
want.
you were gonna go with that, Cordell?
Where?
Mike Rowe will get in raw sewage. He'll go to a recycling plant, but he won't put on stripper heels, some thigh highs, and a nice set of lingerie and hit the floor as he was meant to. They
Hit the
are
street.
anti-sex work.
Yeah, the real dirty job where Mike Rowe strips and has to deal with the male gaze.
Now I want to write this as like a college humor sketch.
Oh my god.
It's the new Dirty Jobs is Mike Rowe doing any job as a woman in the field and learning just what it's like.
It's like a crossover between Dirty Jobs and Undercover Boss. It's Undercover
Yes.
Secretary is what it's called.
Do you know what would be actually interesting? I'm sure someone's done it. Like clipping a hidden camera to a woman's blouse and just having her go about her day and seeing how many times during her workday, people were looking at her chest like mid-conversation. Like,
Yeah, people have definitely done this before.
I'm sure someone has done that, and I'm sure it's very, very disappointing in terms of like, why do we do these things to ourselves? Why are people this way?
Yeah. That's what the Junk House is really about. We're here to create social experiments.
We
I
are the
am.
social experiments.
Junk House has been a social experiment this whole time.
Yeah, I did that same experiment to my pants one day, but all you saw was me scratching my crotch a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no one was looking.
Listen, to let you in, as soon as Cordell said that, my head instinctively went to my hand, and I instinctively, like, my brain started to prepare for a headache. Because, like that's just what happens. It just happens sometimes.
Yeah, like animals can sense when a tornado's coming. Caleb can sense when I'm going to say something really, really stupid.
At this point, I can. Yeah, at this point, I can sense when Cordell is about to say some fuck shit.
Yeah. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at an article about putting a camera in the titties, and there's 2 videos on this article that are like one is a woman puts it like in her shirt, and then another one's puts it in like for her butt. But the title of both of them are like the first one is "Woman Wears Hidden Camera for Breast Cancer Awareness." And then the second one is titled "Hidden Camera Reminds Men to Get Checked for Prostate Cancer."
They're putting a positive spin on this.
They're putting a positive spin.
Yeah, every time I look at someone's chest, I'm like, gotta remind people about breast cancer here.
That's
think
what
about
it
breasts.
Gotta think about breasts.
You gotta.
Talking about boobs.
Breasts?
No. I was gonna throw in like orbs, and we could talk about Smash Ball.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a really good transition earlier before I brought up Mike Rowe jerking off a bowl. We had that moment.
We had it, but we kind of lost it.
Yeah, so here's a bad transition.
Frogger water is pretty tasty.
No, wait, hold on. I can get there.
I'm leaving all of this in though, because this is funny.
Yeah, let's all take a run at a transition or
just
two.
Just like you should check for prostate cancer by checking your prostate, and check for breast cancer by checking it, and like even people with non-boobs can get breast cancer too. It's just like where it appears. So get checked just like that. You should also check your privilege if you think that Smash Ball shouldn't be in tournament play, because I think you're wrong.
Let me take a run at this too.
Okay, yeah, you go. You try it. You try it.
I like tits. You know who else likes tits? Smash Bros. Players, especially the competitive ones. Let's talk about Smash Balls.
Da 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 da. Welcome to Good Mythical Morning Junk House Edition. Let's talk about tits.
Let's talk about tits. No. Okay. So before we started recording, we had a heated discussion.
Borderline argument by the end.
There was yelling.
I cried.
I threw a chair in my mind.
Because I, as a person, believe in having fun. And think that if game designers put something into a game, that you should use it.
And Sammy and I are 2 no-good rotten scoundrels who hate fun and just believe in the sanctity of balanced competitive play.
I would not call you 2 rotten scoundrels. Maybe little stinkers. Stinkers.
Well, yeah. So here's both sides real quick. We're just talking about competitive play, specifically Smash Brothers. And
we got there from Street Fighter.
We got there from Street Fighter because of their new modern controls. And I was like, I think modern controls are fine, but shouldn't be in competitive play. And then I was using the example of items in Smash, or somebody used the example of items in Smash Brothers, which I don't think should be in competitive play at all. Caleb is of the position that 98% of them shouldn't be, but the Smash Ball could be. And that is where all of this is coming from.
Yeah, and then it launched into, frankly, Cordell and Samantha ganging up on me and bullying me.
Yeah,
And
we're bullies.
Cordell actually drove to my house and shoved my head into a toilet and gave me a
I did.
swirly.
Indeed.
This is what you get for Smash Ball.
Yeah, and you know, I'm at this point now. I'm over it. I have found the grace in my heart to forgive these two wonderful people
Mm.
because I just have the opinion that a Smash Ball and items in general add a different skill to the game that you have to be good at to get around. It does add an element of randomness, but I think that element of randomness is fun. And I personally really like it. And I understand why having, the flag that gives you an extra life, or even like the maximum tomato or whatever it's called that reduces your damage down. That, yeah. No, I don't think they should do it. But the Smash Ball adds an interesting lean to competitive play. And I did some research without telling these two. So,
Research.
research. On average, the percent, because as Smash Bros works by like the higher percentage damage you take, the more likely you are to fly off screen. The percent average at which point you need to actually be concerned with a single hit making you fly off screen is 100% or slightly over 100%. Less than that, dependent on the stage, obviously, you are not very, and the character.
And the character hitting you.
Yeah. But that's why I said average, is this is somebody that went and did the math and found the average. A single hit, less than 100%, you're fine. You are theoretically fine. If somebody can combo you and get you off screen that way, that's a different story. But that's, yet again, showing skill to combo to get you far enough without they themselves then dying.
That was just the percentage you need to be at, not like using Smash Ball or anything.
Yes, that's just the percentage you need to be at. On average, and yet again, dependent on character, but the Smash Ball only adds 50 to 60%. So there's not, unless you're already at 60% or higher, the odds that a Smash Ball can hit you and knock you off screen is minimal.
To be fair, you are not calculating the knockback that ultimates have. A lot of them do have knockback as well. And honestly, this is part of the conversation we were having before. 50 to 60%
is a lot
for one hit to do.
Like Sammy, you play Smash. Caleb, you play Smash.
Yeah.
I haven't played in a little while. What would an average, regular run-of-the-mill hit from a character, how much percent damage do you think that'll give you? 5?
Obviously depends on the character. Like, there are some that'll hit you once, like Ganon, and it'll be like 10%. There are lighter characters that's going to be faster, but can do I think 6 a hit.
I think the highest I've seen in one hit is 15 from Ganon.
It's bigger than
size.
that.
And it depends on the hit, too.
Yeah, I think it's 15 to 20% on average.
So take into
Ganon,
account...
Bowser.
Take into account that the slowest character giving you a hard hit will give you 15 to 20%. Smash Ball is giving you 3 of those hard hits all at once. And it should take a lot of skill for you to land those hard hits on an opponent. To just have one attack that can do that to 3, That's the thing, because it's rarely just a free 50 to 60 on one. It's a free to 50 to 60 on 2 or 3 on average, especially on that level of play.
And like I'm just thinking like Olimar's is like go up in space, do a bunch of damage, and then come down big explosion that knocks people away. So it's like free kills a lot of the time.
Yeah. And so like, but that is the debate we had was Caleb is of the mind that there is a skill to getting the smash ball, which is true. Caleb is generally of the mind that like the added randomness and kind of lack of focus, because Sammy's complaint is if we let the smash ball happen, the game stops being about playing against each other. When the smash ball appears, it becomes a mad dash.
Yeah. It stops all momentum.
Yeah. The momentum dies.
The free kill, basically.
And Caleb's argument is it's not always a free kill, and it allows opportunities for other skills to shine through. Both are true statements, but I tend to fall on Sammy's side where, like, in competitive, you want to minimize randomness and keep focus. You want it to be about the most important skill in the game. Using items well is a skill, but at the end of the day, if I'm fighting you and a Pokeball drops behind me and I chuck it and it's Latios, there was no skill in that.
And if I throw a Pokeball and it's right after that and it's Goldeen, I'm going to be pissed.
Which
or like assist trophies, the laser guns, like there is a skill to items, but like the randomness of spawn points, the random timings, like there's just too much that does reduce skill, even if you've got a skill with or avoiding them.
Which is why I said in competitive play, just a smash ball.
Yeah.
What if that appears closer to me than you? Or I'm a slow character and you're a fast character. But we don't need to rehash all this. This is stuff that we have gone through already.
Yeah.
But it led us to an interesting point where Sammy walked away for a bit, not out of anger, just out of getting something done.
I was so mad. No,
yeah, she was pissed. And Caleb and I sat in silence for a while. And then when Sammy came back, Caleb and I both started in at the same time with the exact same sentiment. And I'm going to let Caleb say what he said first, and then I'll say mine.
What I said was that this is, I think, a case of Caleb is objectively wrong about a thing, but I have too much fun with that thing, so I'm not going to change my mind.
Yeah.
And what I said was this seems like a reverse Frogger Water.
Yeah.
Because fans, you remember Frogger Water.
Everybody remembers Frogger
Everybody remembers Frogger Water. It is named for Caleb's famed hatred of the Frogger video game franchise due to one simple fact.
Frogs
the frog
are amphibious.
drowns.
They're amphibious. They survive in water. Why would they die when they hit the water in Frogger? Tell me how that makes sense, video games?
Caleb's enjoyment of a cute little frog dodging baddies and jumping around is ruined because water will kill the frog.
It's stupid.
So Caleb cannot enjoy the games at all. When I first, we were hanging out one night and I was playing Frogger, Caleb was just stewing on the other side of the couch the entire night watching me play. He was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
Now, another example of this that has happened more recently was my wife is a big fan of the Dragon Age games. So she had me play through them. I could not do the first one because the combat system didn't make sense to me. The graphics were the graphics. But I started to enjoy the second one, and I was really liking it. I was vibing with the story. I was having fun with all these side quests. But my rogue in the party could not unlock locks, which made no sense. I had leveled him up. I had upped his dexterity, so that means that he should be able to unlock locks, correct?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
No. Because in Dragon Age, for some dumb fucking reason, the designers decided to say, you know what skill you need to up to unlock boxes. Cunning,
Not dex.
not dex. Unlocking locks, considerably a dexterous skill
Yeah.
that requires
Yeah.
both mental and physical dexterity of being able to hold your hand in a certain position while moving the other one without moving, all of that. And the mental dexterity is being able to hear and feel the clicks and get through it. But out of nowhere, cunning. Cunning. Am I going to talk the lock into opening? Am I going to just, I'm not just sitting there just being like, oh yeah, open up on there for me, lock. I'm not like tickling the clitoris of the lock until it unlocks for me. That's not how it fucking works.
While I do enjoy the idea of Locke's feeling sexual pleasure, I do want to say that cunning isn't charisma. Like, you literally described cunning with the mental dexterity. And I would argue that you need to have more mental dexterity than physical dexterity to unlock a lock.
There are two definitions for cunning in the English language. Having or showing skill in achieving one's ends by deceit or evasion, or attractive or quaint. Those are
What?
the two definitions. What part of deceit or evasion is unlocking
You're a
the
rogue.
lock?
You're a rogue.
Yes.
You're
So if you were saying
evading
he's
the key.
If you're saying he's cunning, as in he's able to evade an enemy and run to one side or the other and kind of give him a stab on the way out, 100%, totally fine with that. Unlocking a lock picking requires finesse. I'd be fine if it was a finesse skill. I'd be fine if it was dexterity. I'd even be fine if there was a way to do it with strength, where it was just brute forcing the lock open. I draw the line at cunning.
What if I told you Merriam-Webster has a different definition of cunning?
I will gladly hear it.
Dexterous or crafty in the use of special resources, such as skill or knowledge, or in attaining an end.
Merriam-Webster for the win!
So I understand, because I agree that is kind of stupid, but cunning is kind of the...
Yeah, I think it could go either way. If you have a dexterity stat, though, I understand the natural assumption that
Is
lockpicking will be
yeah.
dex.
I would have done that too.
100% agree with you.
That's the problem. That's my
I get
only
you.
problem. That was my only problem. Will I return to it someday? Probably, because my wife's a big fan, and when you are married, you have to at least try to show interest in the things that your partner enjoys, so you have
do?
some commonality. Yes.
Oh
the
shit,
same.
Cordell, you gotta...
Oh, no.
You might need to go.
I gotta go.
Okay, you don't have to, but it's probably better if you do.
No, I definitely do. I'm a funny little guy.
It was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a prank.
Yeah, no, I was just clarifying for
For the
listeners
audience,
out there. Yeah. That way, if we get some email next week like, I've been married to my wife for 40 years and I have no idea what she likes to do. Like, yeah, okay, whatever.
I never ask my wife about her hobbies, and I never make her come.
My hog is unsatisfying. Anyway.
Maug.
I recently realized, because we were also talking before the episode, that everybody's got Frogger waters.
Everybody's... Oh, and the other term that we made up, everybody's got smash balls, everybody's got Frogger water.
A
So,
smash ball is
clarify.
a smash ball is when you like something so much that even though it's objectively the wrong thing, or it's not the good thing to like, you like it anyway.
Yeah. A good way we put it earlier was that Frogger water is when there is something that ruins it for you. Like something in the thing that ruins it for you. Smash balls are when there's something and it's not in the thing, and that's what ruins it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Caleb loves items. In competitive play, ruined, no items. That's a smash ball.
Fair enough.
I realized one of my Frogger waters.
Okay.
And I brought it up earlier, It is the game of Quidditch.
Yep. Fair.
I love everything about Quidditch except for the most important thing, the most plot relevant thing. I hate the golden snitch. You can play a whole hour and a half long game of Quidditch. You can be scoring like crazy. You can be up. But if their seeker is better at catching the flying golden ball, you lose. Like, the entirety of your team's skill and ability is 1000% negated simply because one person might have caught a thing sooner. Like, why even play the game? Why not spend the entire game simply playing defensively and waiting for the snitch? Like, it is,
Exactly.
it's like basketball having a rule where if you hit a half-court shot, you win. Like, the game just becomes about the half-court shot. There is no point. I think the golden snitch is the dumbest thing in the world.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. And that might just be the worst thing about J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. She hasn't done anything worse than
Everything else non-problematic. The snitch, though?
J.K. Rowling's more like the golden bitch. I'm sorry. That was probably too far.
Well, she does hate you.
She does hate me, so I guess that's okay.
So.
Samantha, do you have a Frogger water you can think of?
I was thinking, and I don't know if this one counts.
Send it.
The camera in Sonic Adventure 2 battle.
If it is a small part of the game that ruins the greater thing, it counts.
This is the
or
question,
even if
though.
it's just part of it.
Explain.
How small would you consider how you see the world?
I think, okay, because here's what I'm gonna say. A snitch is a major part of Quidditch. And
yes, fair.
Getting in water is a major part of Frogger.
So
if
it is about one aspect ruining the whole.
Yeah, it can be a generally large aspect, but it just has to be one aspect of the thing that ruins the whole.
Then I still love that game, and I mean, but dude, that's the one thing in that game. It's insane. The camera it was made for like Dreamcast and GameCube. Right. So it's like, of course, all of the games in that era are going to have shit camera controls, but it is like, it's a Sonic game. So like the whole point is going fast. You know what? Maybe that's another thing, another Frogger Waters, because there's a lot of Sonic games that are all about speed, and then they're like, okay, now stop your momentum so you can jump on one box and then keep running.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
I mean, that's like, I think here's the line of Frogger Water versus just a general complaint.
Okay, yeah.
And I'll use two examples. Frogger Water, we know for me. Something that could be Frogger Water, but it is not, is my dislike of the Souls genre.
Yeah, because that's just an opinion.
Well, it's an opinion, but I have so many problems with the Souls genre that it cannot be Frogger Water because it's more than one thing.
Like you don't care about Frogger. You don't hate Frogger.
Yeah, I don't
hate
Frogger.
Hate the water.
I hate the water element. Like I was talking to our friend of the show, Drew, the other day, because Drew is like all in for the Souls games. Absolutely loves them.
Probably their favorite series.
Probably their
Drew is constantly playing a Souls game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really cool. I really like it. And I like that they get so much enjoyment out of it. Recently, Dark Souls Remastered was on sale on Switch, so I picked it up because I was like, you know what? Yeah, I can afford it. And if I like it, I like it. If I don't, it was on sale and it was pretty cheap. And I played it, and then I Googled who created Dark Souls and saw that their last name was Miyazaki, and realized that all Japanese artists with the last name Miyazaki just need to go to therapy and forgive their mother, apparently. That's it. Because I disliked the game. I played a good bit. I'm probably gonna try to beat it to give it its due diligence, but
If you want, I will beat it with you. Like I'll play it with
that's
you.
what.
Because
Yeah,
Dark Souls
Drew
is so
is
much
yeah.
more fun with your friends.
Drew is always like, just let me play online with you, and I can come in with an overpowered character, and the bosses will be no issue. But then I feel like I am missing a fundamental part of the Souls
which is
game,
suffering.
Yeah,
which is
which
suffering.
I wouldn't do that. I would just start a new character with you, because then it's, instead of you just dying a bunch and being sad, it's like, oh, at least we're dying together. Like we're not like overpowering everything, we're still suffering, but it's more fun when you're suffering together.
Another example of like a thing that's not Frogger water is, I'm gonna say it publicly.
Say it out loud.
I can't get into Breath of the Wild.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
just can't. I've tried. I've been trying. It's just like, I like Zelda. I've liked the older games. Something about the open world, all the possibilities, all the options. I just cannot bring myself to want to play this game. But that's not a Frogger water. Like, it's a really cool game. The gameplay's neat. Like, it's awesome. I just can't get into it. And I needed to tell y'all that, like, I can't do it.
It might be a little Frogger water because it feels like it's the one aspect of it being an open world. Because you just said you love everything else about Zelda, but it's just open world, right?
I mean, it's
Or
like
is it
kind of the open world. My items keep breaking, so I can't keep cool stuff.
Okay, so it is more than
like
Frogger water. You're right.
It is, yeah, because it is just like the difference between Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild is like open world, crafting, food, like everything
There's
they
a lot.
added to make it Breath of the Wild is what's detracting me from the game. Like, it's
Yeah.
not the reason I play Zelda.
And yeah, that is a common complaint, and I think it's fair. I adore the game. I'm not gonna, and at a different point in time, I would probably make fun of you for not liking the game, and I would make fun of you in a loving way, but I would still make fun of you.
I would make fun of you like this. No.
Yeah, I would make fun of you, call you like a stupid piece of shit. You need to level up more so you can get to the better places, get the better weapons and the better shields, so they
But that's
break
not who
less
we are
often.
anymore.
But that's not where we're going anymore. That's not who we are anymore. We're a different person. We're not calling Cordell dumb for not liking my favorite game of all time that's only kind of surpassed by its sequel, maybe. I'm still debating with myself internally on that.
I
We're
can't
not
believe
doing
you're still
that
debating
anymore.
because the words you used to me were Tears of the Kingdom makes Breath of the Wild look like it's in beta.
I the way I'm thinking of it, and the reason it's a debate is I'm experiencing the first time, or like
Yeah.
the first time
Gotcha.
playing each for me. And the first time playing Breath of the Wild, I was like, holy shit, this is the best game ever. And the first
Yeah.
time playing Tears of the Kingdom, I had the same feeling of, holy shit, this is the best game ever. So it's comparing those two feelings. Objectively, Tears of the Kingdom is far superior. But
Yeah. But also, Cordell, I know a good amount of other people that are completely put off from both Tears and Breath because of its open world and like survivability.
and the weapons
Yeah.
breaking, it's
Like,
still frustrating.
I wanna enjoy my fun game with like Legend of Zelda. One of the best moments of my entire life was getting that really, really cool hammer.
Megaton hammer.
Yeah.
And suddenly, I can't have a cool hammer.
There
Forever.
is
Forever.
no. There is a spring-loaded hammer you can get in Breath of the Wild that makes it very silly.
Yeah. But I mean, I can't really think of a smash ball that I have where it's like,
Yeah.
I need this in here or I'm gone. That's a little bit different. It's interesting for sure.
I think it's a much more niche experience to have a smash ball. I think
Yeah.
everybody has a Frogger water.
Everybody has
I
a frog
don't
water.
think everybody has a smash ball.
I agree.
I think most people have a Smash Ball, though. It's just very hard to pinpoint because it's like a lot of games these days have more than one good thing. So it's like it's
Yeah.
hard to be like, I only like SCP Secret Laboratory because I can fight the SCPs, you know.
I think what could be a Smash Ball for me, interestingly enough, it's kind of an across the board Smash Ball.
Okay.
I have a hard time playing older versions of games that have newer versions.
Interesting.
If that makes
okay.
sense. So
Yeah.
which is the worst way of saying that, but like Pokemon. Once I have played the newest Pokemon game, it is nearly impossible for me to go backward and play earlier games
Yeah.
because I have already seen a world with more guys, more options, more like I have gone further, and so I have a hard time coming back.
See, I think this is another experience of a Frogger Water and a Smash Ball, is other people have to not understand why you feel that way. I don't understand why you feel that way, because I would much rather go back and play an older Pokemon game than play any of the newer ones I've played.
Yeah.
See, but I understand you, Cordell.
You get me.
Yeah. Like the only times I think I would go back would be to do like a ROM hack, because those are super fun for Pokemon, or doing like a randomizer, but never like I'm going back to just play Sapphire again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
like,
that's the thing
my-
is I can replay it while the generation exists. Like for the DLC, I've weirdly enough only played through Violet once.
Okay.
So like whenever the DLC comes out, I'm going to play through it again and then do the DLC tracks.
Oh,
But
okay.
once they make the next game, once whatever comes after Scarlet and Violet comes out, I will likely never be able to replay Scarlet and Violet again.
Yeah, I'm gonna transfer out all my Pokemon and then do the new
Yeah.
one.
Meanwhile, I still to this day look for a Game Boy Advance and a copy of my first Pokemon game, Leaf Green.
Leaf
Incredible
Green.
game.
That was the first
Incredible
Pokemon game
game.
I played, and I fell in love with it, and I would still play it to this day. But
I mean,
know people who are
objectively.
I know people who are the same way about Zelda games though. Like
Yeah.
once they play a 3D Zelda, they're not playing 2D again. You know,
Well, like with Zelda,
Yeah.
I can go back and play a different one because like they're different. Like for me, Pokemon, so much changes.
Yeah.
Like
at some point they add new typing, and then they add
types,
every-
mechanics, abilities, like things shift enough that I just can't get into it anymore.
Yeah, it's like going back playing Brawl, Smash Brothers Brawl, and then
Yeah.
that was the one where they added tripping. So it was just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Pokemon, yes.
So that is a Smash Ball for me. Is once I've played the game with the newest Pokemon and abilities and items and stats and moves, I just have the hardest time in the world stepping backward and playing an earlier game. But objectively, Heart Gold and Soul Silver were probably two of the best ones they ever made.
Yeah, I probably need to go back and play those again. They're real good.
I would say that.
speaking of things that we should all go back and experience again, let's go back in time to listen to the album "Smoke 'Em If You Got 'Em."
Yeah.
To re-experience that banger of a track that we get to use as our opening and closing theme song, "Psycho Billy Freak Out" by the one and only Reverend Horton Heat.
It was on Guitar Hero if you want to play it too. So wait, 3?
I
Yeah,
would
just go play Guitar Hero.
I would murder for a copy of Guitar Hero 3 right now. Like Guitar Hero 3 and a Wii controller. I would like a Wii guitar controller. Kill for it.
You know what you should do? Have you heard of Clone Hero?
I have it, but I don't have a controller that works with it on my computer. I have an Xbox controller that works with it if I didn't have a Mac.
Of course. But you know what else? You know what else we would like you to do? If you could rate us and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, that would be amazing. We also have a little TikTok at Junkhouse Pod on TikTok. Yeah.
On Tiki Tiki Hobby Talk.
Also, Caleb, you want to remind them what's going on about the reviews?
Yeah. I'm actually going back right now to find and see if there are new reviews. So far, no new reviews on Apple. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a live stream in the near future. We still haven't figured out an exact date that works for all of us. But we're going to do a live stream in the near future. If you get us to where, if 10 of you go in and leave reviews on Apple, I will eat a spoonful of a very hot sauce. So it's just the same as Cordell will eat a whole pint of ranch ice cream.
I'm gonna die. Speaking of me, though, I have an email to read.
Yeah.
Did you know, Junkhouse, did you know red wine vinegar is the toast of the grape world? In the same way that bread starts as dough, is baked to become bread, and baked again to become toast, red wine starts as grapes, is fermented to become red wine, and fermented again to become red wine vinegar. Thank you for subscribing to Did You Know? I'll take the club sub Mike's way. Thank you, Fielding.
Thank you. Now I know your Jersey Mike's order. So next time we get to hang out, I'll order you Jersey Mike's.
Also, I'm going to use that to steal your credit card because everyone knows the newest questions they ask are like, hey, what's your Jersey Mike's order? So I've got you, Fielding.
It sucks for people that don't live near a Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, I cannot open a credit card now because of this system.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's luckily when I moved down here, there's one right around the corner. It would have been terrible.
Speaking of, guess what? Before I actually give the email that they can email us at, do you know what just opened in Cersei 2 days ago?
What?
Whataburger.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, there's a Whataburger in Cersei now.
Interesting.
I might actually go get that for lunch.
I don't know what I feel about Whataburger. I like a few of their stuff.
I've always been a big fan of Whataburger because it's been a rare treat for me.
That's
so
fair.
we
That's
will
fair.
see what my opinion becomes when I have consistent access.
Yeah.
It might become just another fast food chain.
As a person who does have consistent access to a Whataburger, it's fine. It's not crazy.
If you want to email us, you can do so at junkhousemaiilbox@gmail.com. Send us your angry opinions. Send us your Frogger Waters and Smash Balls. Send us sweet nothings.
Your dream.
Tell us what you think
your
about
dreams.
Whataburger.
Yeah, tell us what to get. Tell us what you get at Whataburger. Tell us what you get at Jersey Mike.
Tell
I
us
get
about
the
that
sweet
dream
and
you
spicy
had.
bacon burger on Texas toast.
Ooh, that actually does. Sound really
I
good.
just
It's
go
really
for,
good.
If I go to Whataburger, I just get the double with bacon.
That's
The
a simple
classic, okay.
order. I can respect it. I might get a Dr. Pepper shake because that's such a rare treat. Like, what? A Dr. Pepper shake? Yeah.
Yeah.
As we say every
week.
every single time.
Every week we say, I'm not a huge fan of the Dr. Pepper shake.
Just remember,
I
the
mean-
lines in the parking lots are your Frogger Waters and Smash Balls that led you to here.
And they're just lines.
I'm just going to say some things are meant to be special because they're rare in your life, and that's okay.
Balls.
It's a psychobilly freakout!